So it's been about a month and a half.
Yeah.
It's good to see everyone again. We were a little bit out of the picture for a few weeks, and we thought we'd touch back with everyone, see how things are going. Obviously, a lot of things have happened in the last month. We have a new leader in place, and positivity, negativity. We'll touch upon some of it today, and also go over the market report for the month of April. Asim, how are you doing today? How's everything?
I'm good. How's you seem excited about the game, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in the city of Toronto. I got my Maple Leaf jersey on here. So there's a big game tonight at 7 o'clock. That's why we wanted to come on a little bit early, just talk for like 20, 30 minutes before the game starts. So it's good to see everyone. And yeah, we'll go over the market report, and we'll touch upon, some news in the real estate. Big news actually with us. Asim has joined over to Home Life G1 Realty. So Asim is officially in the same brokerage now with us, and I think that's easier. Anyone that's working with us makes the process faster, makes things faster, more transparency with the client. So good to have you on board.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's going to increase the productivity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I hope we sound okay, but if we're not sounding good, you guys feel free to comment. Awesome, you always need to speak a little bit louder. And same with me. So, but so we'll touch into the market, the environment. So, I mean, summer's here. Normally, when spring and summer comes, we see more volume in the market. This year, I think, we were expecting that. But I think the tariffs and the political situation kind of threw a wrench into it, and the results are speaking for themselves. So I'll go over the market report for April, but yeah, the market has been challenging, definitely when it comes to on the selling side, for people that are looking to sell and for builders that are looking to sell. It's a buyer's market. What do you think, Asim?
Yeah, it is buyer's market. People were waiting for the elections. And I think this is the time when they should consider a move, because the market is so good for the buyers, and they can get so good prices. The market is all-time low. In 30 years, this is the lowest market so far. What do you think?
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a buyer's market, and what we're noticing, we'll go into the statistics for April, but some of the trends that we're seeing is that negotiation is really on the table for buyers. So whether buyers are looking to buy in the resale market, whether buyers are looking to buy a pre-construction home, condo is completely other story. I mean, the ball is completely in the buyer's court right now with condos. There's just so much supply. So really, yeah, negotiating, put an offer, together, and things are possible right now for the buyers. And I think on the selling side, if someone is looking to sell, honestly, they're not going to get top dollar for their property right now. Yeah. It is what it is.
Pure buyer's market.
Yeah. So if anyone is looking at a time horizon of, let's say, 12 to 15 months, and they're looking for some time right now for things to get better. When it comes to pre-construction, like I said, builders are open to negotiation. They're not going to say it publicly, but we have done some deals where significant price discount on some of the properties. So going into the market report, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to look at the numbers for April. Or do you want to touch upon Mark Carney first, Asim? What do you think?
So
we'll touch upon Mark Carney first, and then we'll get into the report.
So what I wanted to say, the market, the Mark Carney's plan regarding the housing market, right? So they are trying to establish BCH. They're trying to establish the BCH in which they are planning to make $500,000 homes.
Yeah.
Each year, right? And now they want to so they are planning to invest $25 billion in the housing market, and the plan is to make homes cheaper. And so they are going to build homes in the factory, and then they're going to assemble at the
Yeah.
at the place, at the ground.
What do you name them? Like, are they called modular homes? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
modular homes. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Mm.
And then there are GST incentives for the first-time home buyers.
Mhm,
They are
mhm.
trying to do that as well.
Up to $1 million?
Up to $1.3 million. That's the plan was.
Okay.
But again,
So if you buy a property up to $1.3 million, you're tax exempt from GST
yeah.
for the first-time home
f-
buyers?
Yeah, the federal one, which is 5%.
5%, right?
Yeah, so that's the plan they have. But again, it's a minority government, and they need the support from the
Yeah,
other people as well.
yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
that they need the support for the other parties to
Mhm.
implement this plan. And
But
I think it's going to be hard a little bit. What do you
Yeah,
think?
and I spoke with a few people, and they kind of said that they don't think it's going to move the needle when it comes to purchasing, like, because people were saying that it's not really a significant, like, the prices are still high for them to say 5%. It's not going to move the needle. What would you say to that, objection? I guess.
Yeah, it is true. It is true because the prices are still high, and
Yeah.
the income is not going up as the house prices are going up, right?
Yeah.
So that is the
Someone sent us a message. You clowns speculating on pre-construction condos in the 2010s are what got us into this mess.
Huh.
Well, I haven't been in the industry that long. I've been in the industry for 5 years.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, 2022, 2021, that was a bubble. And so we're not speculating. I think. Thank you for your comment, by the way. We want to engage viewers to reach out to us. If you want to call us too, our numbers are there. But no, I think the market's going to take time to recover, right? So we're not speculating anything.
yeah, I came in the real estate in 2019, and
Yeah,
so
yeah. So I like it is. I mean, it is a buyer's market unless you think the prices are going to go down another 50%. Then okay, wait on the sidelines. But again, no one has a crystal ball. We as agents don't have a crystal ball. Clients don't have a crystal ball where things are moving. Obviously, there's some positivity in the market. Like there's some positive catalysts that we feel are going to come into the market, but no one has a crystal ball. But yeah. I mean,
yeah, but we
Yeah.
always advise our clients to
Yeah.
to see their see their personal situation before getting into something.
yeah,
And the people who were buying properties, they were just buying property for no reason, right?
yeah,
Like investors. So most of the people, they were investors at that time.
yeah. Well, I mean, the condo market. I mean, it was inflated in 2021, 2022. Like Exchange District is a condo in Square One. People were paying $1,500 per square foot, and the way they were advertising it was a luxury condo. I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't matter how luxurious the condo is. That is the nicest condo in Mississauga for sure. The
Yeah.
Exchange District. It's gonna be it's a beautiful complex, but it doesn't justify, in my opinion, clients paying $1,500 PSF.
No, but
So-
again, the salary is not going up as the house prices are going up.
Mhm.
That is the main problem.
Mm-hmm,
So the government
That's true.
should pay some attention on increasing the income levels of the people of Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the prices. Honestly, the prices are still high. I think. I mean, but are they gonna drop another 50? Okay, another question. Do you think the market was overly inflated last few years from the surge of international students? With immigration taps shut down, where will the demand come from? Population growth is very low. Do you think the market was inflated with that? Well, I think they're going to open up immigration. Thank you again for your comment. I really appreciate you guys, engaging with us on the stream. But I do think that they're going to open up immigration. I think our country is built on immigration, to be honest. And back in the day, like you can see how our dollar took a really big hit. And back then, when the Canadian dollar took a big hit, what happened is that it was a buying opportunity for a lot of international investors to come in and take advantage of that. Now that they have a foreign ban in place, that hasn't been the case, and I think that has been affecting the overall health of the market. And I think immigration levels are going to open up, but definitely, I think what happened is that in 2021, 2022, there was a lot of fear instilled in the market, where they were saying, supply levels are going to be low. And demand is going to increase, and this is an opportunity to get into the market. And what happened is that that fear instilled people to buy, and people just bought at crazy prices with the fear that prices were going to continue to go higher. Now we're in the opposite situation where the prices have gone so low, and now people have a fear to get into the market because they think it's going to go lower. So we're really on both levels of the spectrum now, but
but still people need housing.
Yeah.
And the only reason they are not buying because they're scared that they might lose the job. Like we have so many people who are looking to purchase, but they think that something might happen to them and they won't be able to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, and your other comment, why do developers think they can sell new units for $1,500 per square foot when resale is $1,000 per square foot? Well, builders, like I said, are open to negotiation now, and prices have come down. We haven't gotten to the market report yet, but if you're looking right now, just for condo apartments, prices are down 6.8% in 2025 of April compared to 2024 of April. So prices are coming down. $1,500 per square foot. I mean, if you're looking at Toronto and New York, like if you're looking at all the big cities in the world, New York City, for example, there was a time where people said it was never going to hit $2,000 per square foot. Condos are trading there now at $3,000 per square foot. People were saying at a time Toronto would never hit $1,500 per square foot. It has hit that. So now there's a pullback, but I think in 10 years, honestly, I think if Toronto's one of the highest developing cities in the world in terms of condos and in terms of density, I think the prices 10 years from now are going to be higher. So yeah, I mean, $1,500 per square foot, it's not justified, but in 10 years from now, I think the prices are going to be higher, especially in a dense city like Toronto.
Yeah, and the way we work, whenever someone comes to us for purchasing a property, we vet our clients before making any move. So we see their financials. We tell them upfront, okay, this is the mortgage cost going to be at the end, right? And this is monthly what you are going to pay. And then they make conscious decision that whether they want to purchase or not. So we vet the client before moving ahead.
Yeah. Well, we'll go back to our stream structure, but thank you so much for all your responses. Again, anyone that wants to comment, we love to communicate with them and engage. But let's go back to Mark Carney. So basically, you're saying that they're building homes, modular homes.
No, so the plan is the modular homes. That's the plan, right? And so they are going to make an institution which is called BCH, called Build Canada Homes, and the plan would be they are aiming to make 500,000 homes per year. Yeah. That's the first thing.
Okay.
And they might change the zoning and the density in the bigger cities, where they will be able to make high-rise buildings, and the parking rules might change. Rules might change. So this is what they are aiming at. Again, as I said before, it is a minority government, and they need support from the other parties as well.
And what do you think about, because we've seen it now with Vaughan, we've seen the levies, they've cut down on the levy costs.
Yeah, they have.
So I mean, don't you think at one point the government has to, like, they're saying that they want to push new housing, but don't you think the costs that they're instilling on these new builders, like they got to cut down on levies, they got to cut down on their red tape to make it more affordable to make it more motivational for builders to build, and also make it more affordable for clients? Like, would you agree that they have to cut down on the red tape?
I think the income levels has to go up. The development has to be in Canada. Yeah. There has to be more job opportunities, right? Because the houses prices are going up, but not the income level. So the prices to come down, it's going to be very hard. The reason right now the prices are down, because it's oversupply in terms of condos especially. Yeah. And the low-rises home, there are still shortages. They are trying to build more homes, but again, people cannot afford right now. That is the main crisis here.
Yeah, no, they can't afford it. Yeah. They can't afford it, and they're not getting approved.
And they are compromising on their quality of life. Yeah. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. Is this stream from Brampton? No, we're from Mississauga. I'm born and brought up in Mississauga, and I've lived here my whole life. So we cover mainly Oakville, Milton, and Burlington. Those are our main markets of expertise, but we work across the GTA. We don't actually work in Brampton. Not that not anything against Brampton, but I'm not a big fan of that market. So no, we're basically streaming from Mississauga. Thanks, Stephen, for your comment. Okay, why do politicians keep saying we are in a housing crisis when conditions are now the most favorable for buyers in a decade? That's a good question. Well, if you're looking at the numbers, immigration, I mean, they have cut down on immigration, but at the end of the day, immigrants are still coming into the country. I think they've cut down from their projections and their targets that they were going to do for 2025, but there's still an inflow. And I think right now, my opinion is that there's a little bit of a push and pull. If you look at projections on the number of people that are going to continue to come into Canada, that supply and demand is there's still a gap with it. There's still a gap with it. Right now, people are sitting on the sidelines. Again, to what Asim is saying, is that it's just, I think it's fear. I think people are still very uncertain of the economy right now with the tariffs in place and what's going on across the world. So, but I think there are people that are just waiting. They're sitting on the sidelines. They're waiting to get in, and then the other people, they just can't afford. They can't afford it. But if you're looking at supply and demand, I think, if the projections are going to continue to go the way they are for the next 10 years, then they're not building enough houses, and eventually we're going to hit a point where it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be 2022 again, but I think we might hit a point where you're going to see an issue with supply. Right now, most of the supply on the market is mainly from condos, to be honest. Yeah, there is supply of homes, and builders are holding back from building right now because of the way things are. But really, the supply you're seeing is really with condos, more so than low rise. Low rise is slow, but it is still moving. So,
but everyone, including us, right? We were thinking that market might move a little bit in these summers, right? But after the Trump thing, people are very uncertain what to do.
Yeah. And do you think Carney did a good enough job at his meeting with Trump? Trump basically told him he doesn't need our exports and still wants to be the 51st state. No, I think what Trump is saying, I mean, I saw the meeting. I think Carney handled himself well. And I'm not, my family are liberals, to be honest with you. I've always been kind of brainwashed to vote for the liberals. And this was the first election where I thought, I don't even know which way to go. I was not even going to vote at one point. But, it's our right as Canadian citizens. It's not a right. It's a right and a privilege to vote. And I think it's important that, if you have to choose the lesser of the two evils, then you should still do it. So, I was very confused who to vote for in this election, but I did see Carney, to be honest, as more experienced than Poilievre when it comes to dealing with the economy and dealing with the U.S. So I thought he handled himself well with Trump. I think Trump says a lot of things that people fact check. I don't even know. He always says that they're subsidizing us to $200 billion, and people, when they fact check that, they say that's not true. So. I think Carney did a good job. I think we have to find a middle ground. I think Trump is an amazing negotiator, and despite what people say, and I think he's doing it all for their gain, for U.S. He wants to put U.S. in a better position, and this is why he's doing this. But why won't the housing market be like the 90s? Why won't the housing market be like the 90s, where it took 15 years to recover from peak pricing? I don't know if it took 15 years to recover. I mean, my dad purchased in 1989, and for 6-7 years it was really tough, but eventually it did recover. It did recover. So I think this is a similar situation to that time. Honestly, it's a similar situation, and it's going to take time. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. But I mean, I don't think Canada can survive if it's going to be like this for another 4 or 5 years. I think the market has always been cyclical. And again, I don't have a crystal ball when things are going to get better, but it's going to get better. It has to get better.
Yeah, but the things to get better, there has to be more industrialization, more innovation inside the Canada, more jobs, right? That's the main thing. People have to have...
It's a big task. Carney has a huge task.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a huge task, and I mean, that's his job. He's an economist, and we have to grow our economy. We have to look at different trade routes, not only with U.S. but towards Europe and the other part of the world. I don't think we can really rely on U.S. anymore, and we need to become a self-sustaining country. Honestly,
and right now
we have so many resources here.
Right now, people are losing jobs. That's another concern, right?
Yeah, people are losing jobs. Yeah, people are losing jobs, but it's our government's responsibility to create more jobs. And we have so many resources here in Canada, but we have to look to, I think, different trade partners. I don't think we can rely on the U.S. anymore. Yeah. And I think we're always gonna things are gonna be worked out between us and U.S. But I think it's a wake-up call for Canada to become self-sufficient and self-sustaining, and it's gonna take some time, but I think eventually we'll get there.
Coming back to the market report now.
Coming back. So basically, just going back to Carney. So you said they're gonna build more homes. They're saying all these things that that people want to hear. Whether it actually follows through or not, we'll see, right? But yeah, let's get into the market report. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to pull up the market report. The market report's not pretty for April, but we're here to give you guys the facts. So basically, let me just make sure that you guys can see my screen. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. All right, so let me zoom in here. So I'm just going to read this paragraph. So basically, April home sales followed the regular seasonal trend with an increase relative to March. However, total resident transactions are down. So if you look at April 2024, last year to this year, home sales overall in the GTA are down 23.3%. So that's a steep decline. And new listings are up 8.1% year over year. But home sales are down. So listings are sitting on the market. They're not moving. And sellers are really feeling it right now. On a seasonally adjusted basis, April home sales edged up month over month compared to March 2025. So, but they're down. They're down. The average selling price is also down. Sorry, guys. Let me just zoom this out a little bit. So the average selling price in April 2024 was 1.155. The average selling price this month, April 2025, is 1,107,000. So like I mentioned earlier to the gentleman, condos prices are down 6.8%, which is quite significant. And we work mainly in the Oakville market, so I just wanted to quickly take a look at some of the numbers with Oakville. So if I'm looking at, we'll go in detached because we do a lot of detached, but again, just showing you a sample size. So Oakville, the median average price right now in Oakville is $2,032,000, which is still quite high, but Oakville is an expensive market. The average price is $2,032,000 and the median price is $1,685,000. So still expensive, but honestly, the prices are down in Oakville as well. And if we just go to the bottom here, just want to show you the last page. Yeah. So you can look at a comparison overall from from the year of 2024. If you look at the numbers, January 2025, we're down from January 24. February, we're down from February 24. March of this year, we're down. So across the board, we're significantly down. So it's been a challenging year so far. Let me go back to the screen here. And sorry, 1 second, guys. Okay. Yeah, so numbers are not pretty, and but one thing we wanted to talk about is it the right time to buy now? So what are your thoughts? I have my opinions on this, but I want to hear what your thoughts are. Is it a good time for buyers to get in, potentially first-time home buyers? Do you think the market is going to pull back another 10, 15, 20%? What is your opinion on where we're at right now? Going into May, we're not into summer yet, but we're getting into summer.
The way I have seen it, again, I said a couple of times before, there are so many properties where the investors, especially, they're getting the positive cash flow. Mm-hmm. Even if they're putting, if someone is putting 5% or maybe 10% down payment, and provided they qualify to get the mortgage, right? And they're getting the positive cash flow out of these properties. This
Mhm.
market never existed before.
Mhm.
Even though the rental.
But which markets are you getting positive cash flow? Just so people are not saying that we're blowing smoke. Like where exactly can you get
I
a
have seen
positive
that
cash
in
flow?
Hamilton, happening in Hamilton. I have seen that happening in offshore region, like the Ajax. I have seen that as well.
Okay.
So it's happening right in these part of the cities, right? Again, it depends what is the purchase price of the property. The people are getting good deals,
Mhm.
and that is the scenario.
And okay, so you're looking from an investor perspective, right? But what about for first-time home buyers that are looking to move in?
Buyers
their
are getting
first-
deals, right? The buyers are getting deals now.
Yeah.
They're getting very very good deals.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, it is the affordability crisis, right? People
Mhm.
who can afford it, they
Mhm.
should buy. People who cannot afford it, they should not take the risk, right?
Mm.
They should know their limits by themselves.
But what do they do then? If they need to get into the market, like their family is growing, they're having kids now, what is the alternative? Like, do they if I mean, would you recommend them, like which markets? Because obviously the GTA is expensive.
Mm.
Brampton, Oakville, Mississauga, Markham, East. You know, like, do you recommend considering like Niagara Falls, Kitchener? Do you think those prices are still too high as well?
In my opinion,
Like,
again,
what is the average? What is the average house price for a detached in Niagara Falls right now?
you can get something around a big home, something around $800,000,
What is considered a big house?
like around 2,500 square foot.
Okay,
You can get something around
two-car
800
garage
Yeah, double car garage. you
in
can
Niagara
get-
Falls.
Yeah, in that area, in Niagara region,
Okay,
you can get something like that.
okay.
The age is going to be around 10 to 15 years, but
Yeah.
still you can get something.
Yeah, and you're not I mean, we're realtors, but based on our experience when it comes to the mortgage, what kind of income do you think someone needs to qualify for? Okay, so let's say the property is 800,000,
Mhm.
and they're giving 10% to the builder
Mhm.
as a deposit.
Mhm.
So now they're left with what, 700,000 or 650 or 700. What kind of income do they need to show to
Let's just say
qualify?
they need $700,000 mortgage. That's the loan they need, right?
Yeah.
Then something around 140,000 combined income. If they're a partner or single person, $140,000. That's the income they require.
$140,000.
That is the income approximately they require to get the home.
Okay.
That's the loan they can get qualified for.
Okay. Is there any formula that determines what they like any basic formula that determines what they could qualify for?
Maybe in our next podcast, we
Okay.
can break down the numbers, how they qualify.
Yeah, yeah.
What is GDS, what is TDS? We can explain
Okay.
in detail that how it's going to work.
Okay.
So the people have better understanding that, what, if they walk into the bank, what the bankers will check when it comes to the qualification of your mortgage.
Okay. Got it. That's still a hefty income though. If someone is looking to buy a property for $800,000,
Mhm.
so and that you're saying that based on a mortgage on that kind of property, they need about $140,000 income. So that means that the average person doesn't make that kind of income here in Canada. If you look at statistically, I know people do make that money, but so basically you need realistically you might need dual income, like a dual income, right?
Yes.
The husband and the wife both need to be working, and then even then, like 70, I guess 70 if they're both making collectively 140, it's possible. So maybe like Niagara Falls and Kitchener, Oshawa, these areas, the houses are more affordable for the first time home buyers, I guess.
Yeah, if they're looking to buy a detached home or freehold home,
Yeah.
that's the area they should consider.
Yeah, and let's say that even 800,000 is pushing it. So like let's say that their price point is more around 500,000 to 600,000.
Mhm.
Can they still get a low rise? Not like a condo. I know is probably possible. Not probably, it is possible. It's possible here now with the way the market's gone. But do you think a condo or a townhouse or a condo townhouse is possible for about $500,000-$600,000?
If you see the Oshawa region or maybe the Hamilton region,
Yeah.
the townhouse condominiums, that's something within the range.
Okay.
And if you in the Niagara region, you can still get a freehold townhouse in $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
these are the prices in these
Yeah.
neighborhoods.
So the gentleman, I don't know his name, but he's been interacting with us the whole stream. So he has another question, it's a comment. So he said that there are no way properties are positive cash flow with minimum down payment. You are paying for CMHC mortgage premium, strata fee, property taxes, insurance, utilities, etc. Rent will not cover that.
No, you can still get $100 or maybe $200 positive cash flow. Recently, we are trying to buy a property for a client in
So
East.
just talk a little bit loud if you don't mind. Sorry.
Yeah, in the Lakeview neighborhood. The property was around. The seller wanted something around 725, 730, and it has a legal basement and rental potential. And if someone puts 10% down payment, we did our calculation, still $100 or maybe $200. It's a positive cash flow in that neighborhood.
Yeah. So maybe not a significant positive cash flow if you're looking for.
But if someone is putting 20% down payment, right, they can
Yeah.
get $1,000 out of it in the positive cash flow.
Yeah. I know what you mean if you're putting down more. Yeah. And these locations, like you said, Hamilton, student housing.
Student housing, they have to put more down payment. The bank
Yeah.
have the different criteria. But if it's a two-dwelling home,
Multi-dwelling.
multi-dwelling, then the legal basement, then they can get, with a 20% down payment, they can still get a positive cash flow.
Mm.
But when it comes to the student housing, the lenders, they most of the time they're asking 35% down payment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's a good. I mean, it's still a good comment. Obviously, people have concerns about from an investing perspective, like is real estate investment dead
People
here?
are just scared because they have seen bad times in the past. They are scared to move, right?
Mhm.
And they don't realize that the market is so good for the buyers right now. And again, it is rents are low right now as well.
Yeah.
Even then, these properties are giving positive cash flow.
Yeah, but it's it's a genuine concern because we also work in. We work in Dubai. Our main market is here. I would say 5% of our operations in Dubai. But when we're doing events for Dubai real estate, we have so many people coming to us, investors that have the same concerns. With regards to investing in in Canadian real estate, they're looking for other avenues. They're looking at different markets, and that's why they're exploring markets like Dubai, which has done really well in the last few years when it comes to both appreciation and rental yields. It's been very good, but again, different risks with investing in different markets, and that market has also been very cyclical. But it's a genuine concern, especially for investors. When it comes to your appreciation, anyone that's invested in the last 2-3 years, they're down. So there hasn't been any return on appreciation. I have 2 properties that I booked in Brantford in 2020, and those prices skyrocketed 2 years from then, and now they've pulled back. And for me, I'm looking at it like it's not even worth it to put all that money down, close the property and sell it for a profit. So for me, like the numbers, they're not making sense for me as well. So there are genuine concerns, and I don't blame investors.
But I would like to see show you the property which I was mentioning. Kash, can you pull up this property?
Yeah. Did you send it to me on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna pull up a property, and this is I'm gonna have to log in here. $880-320. Where's this property located, Asim?
In Oshawa.
This is in Oshawa?
Yeah.
And this is a investment property.
This is the property for the first-time home buyers. Investment, it depends.
Okay.
Provided they qualify for the mortgage.
Okay. 822 Douglas Street.
Yeah.
It's for sale for $764.
Yeah. This property, if we negotiate, I think we can get something around 725, 730.
It's a detached bungalow.
Detached bungalow, and it has a legal basement.
Legal basement.
Yes.
And how many rooms are in the basement?
There are 2 rooms in the basement. And even if we get $2,300 from the upper level and $1,500 to $1,800 from the basement, still we are in the positive cash flow.
Do you have a rough idea of what your monthly expenses would be?
That I have to break it down.
That's okay. This is just a sample. We can break down the numbers.
Yeah, but next time I think we will show these properties. We'll show you the numbers, what the mortgage can be and what the rent can be.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. We can show a sample and break down all the numbers. Okay. So basically you're saying that you think, going back to the question, the whole topic of this stream is now the right time to buy for first-time home buyers, for investors. You're saying that there are still positive cash flow properties out there, but for the first-time home buyers, the prices have come down, and are they going to come down another 15, 20?
But you work in the Oakville area, right? You work in the Oakville area. You have seen over the period of time the prices have come down.
All the builders are open for. I mean, they're not going to say it publicly, but all the builders, there's flexibility. The only builder that doesn't really negotiate is Mattamy Homes, but their prices are already the most competitive in the market, or one of the most competitive, and they've also discounted their prices as well. But they're sitting on inventory. Some of the premium builders have really cut their pricing, and again, they're just saying, look, bring an offer with your client. It's not out of the stratosphere to get $200,000-$300,000 off the purchase price of pre-con homes, and we have distress sales as well. So anyone that is looking for a quick move-in, or even a property that might have a closing, let's say December of this year, we have people that have booked properties in a few years back, and they need to offload them for situations have changed, or circumstances have changed. So if people want to reach out to us, again, our main specialized markets are Oakville, Milton, and Burlington, but we work across the GTA. Asim owns properties in Niagara Falls. He owns property in Brampton. I have properties in Brantford and Mississauga. So we're across the GTA, but we focus mainly in Oakville, Milton, and Burlington. So if anyone wants to explore what buying opportunities are on the market right now, feel free to reach out to us. There's no obligation. We're not here to pressure anyone to buy, but we're open to engaging with people, discussing, and if something makes sense, we can always talk further. I think we should cut the stream. On for 45 minutes.
I want to congratulate Malvika today, our client. We just closed the property. Kash, you want to show the video?
Sure. Yeah. So we closed a property in Oakville today, and again with our clients, we're seeing so many clients that are coming to us that didn't book from us. They booked in 2022 a condo or a home, and they're coming to us now for help to try to offload it. And we're saying, where's your original agent? So there's a lot of agents in the market. I mean, there's a lot of good agents in the market, but there's also agents that are just focused on making that sale. For us, it's start to finish. We want to make sure our clients are going to close. We don't even want to sell a property to a client if we have any concerns about them being able to close the property. That's what we're focusing on. So we're really happy that we had a client that closed today. They just had some feedback to say to us. I'll play the video. Hi everyone. Sorry. Just gonna go by also quickly. From Home Life Geo and Realty, and we're here with our client today, Malvika. We just want to congratulate her on a successful closing here in Mattamy, Joshua Creek. She's purchased this beautiful brand new Mattamy house. And Malvika, do you have a few words to say?
The guys were very helpful from day one, right from showing me the floor plans and taking me to the Mattamy office, right from purchasing the property, making payments till the closing. They were helping me, providing their good insights, guiding me, giving me all the support I needed. Even when I was not able to come, they were there for me. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you keep rocking.
So if you're looking to buy a home, we will help you from the time of purchase.
So that was just a little testimonial from our client. That was very nice of her. And again, we congratulate her on successful closing. So I think we'll cut it. Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for the comments. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for engaging with us on the stream. We'll be back most likely next Friday. And again, if anyone has any questions, our number is there.